welcome to the video, and today we have another Minecraft invention for you guys. So it's been a while, it's been I think 3 weeks since I've made a Minecraft video, and the reason for that is basically just because I've been on holiday, and last week I didn't have an editing software on my new computer, so I couldn't have actually made a Minecraft video. But I've got stuff today, so we're ready to make one today. But basically what I want to say before we start is that I have a really sore throat at the moment. So if I sound weird, I'm really sorry guys, you just have to put up with that. Hopefully that'll be gone soon for next week's video. But anyway, yeah, so I've got a new computer, and as you can see, if we just hit F1 here, so we can see everything, I'm getting 60 FPS at 1080p. So we've got some beautiful video quality. Hopefully it will be 60 FPS 1080p on YouTube as well. And hopefully you guys will enjoy this. So I'll be giving a more kind of in-depth video about my new computer soon, but I'm not going to talk about that too much today. First, let's get into the invention. So what is the invention that I have for you guys this week? Well, basically, if you can't tell from the title, this is a 3-high retractable PvP defense station. And what is a PvP defense station? It's basically just a hidden contraption that will pop up a station out of the ground that a player can stand on to give them an advantage in a PvP or PvE situation. So as you can see, if we just flick this lever here, this one will pop up 3 high, so no mobs and people can get into it, and there's a indent in the middle for you to stand in. It will also carry you up with it if you are standing on top of it, so if you just stand here, turn it on, then we'll be carried up to the top of this station. We can stand here, we can snipe any enemies, and we can also hit down to the floor around these edges. So yeah, over here guys, I have a little demonstration platform. If I just hit that, we can get some mobs popping out. Let's stand on here and pop up the defense station, and we are now reasonably safe from the mobs. So as you can see, we can snipe far away enemies like so. We can kill things like zombies and creepers, and actually you can, if you hit a creeper and then hide in here, you are out of his view, so he won't blow up. So you can actually kill creepers pretty easily, and obviously zombies are easy to kill, just keep hitting them. So yeah, it's a pretty useful thing. I'm gonna be setting some of these up in my survival world, definitely, just for fighting mobs off, because as you saw there, it's very effective. So yeah, over here we have a version of the design. Let's just set everything back to normal. We have a version of the design using different colors of wool to display the different kind of different circuits. So as you can see from down here, it is 6 by 4 by 9, 6 in this direction, 4 in this direction, and then 9 up and down. And these are the 6 main circuits to make it up. So we have the purple, which is the bottom layer of pistons, the orange, which is the second layer of pistons, and the blue, which is the second layer of pistons retraction. We then have the red, which is the top layer of pistons, the green, which is the pulse extender, and the yellow, which does this double piston extender in the middle. So you can kind of see what's going on from here, but this obviously isn't clear enough to build it yourself, so I am going to be doing a in-depth tutorial over here, so let's get started with that. Okay guys, so here is all of the resources you will need to build this contraption. You will need 1 lever, 9 sticky pistons, 5 ordinary pistons, 4 stone slabs or any types of slabs, 1 dropper, 1 hopper, 19 redstone dust, 8 redstone torches, 11 redstone repeaters, 1 redstone comparator, and then you'll need some obviously sand or any block that has gravity, so gravel, red sand will work, and some building blocks. So if we just grab all of that, we can get started with this tutorial. So basically guys, this is the area we've got for building this. So if you want to build this in a survival world, you will need a 4 wide, as you can see from this checker pattern, there's 4 blocks and 6 blocks here. So you need a 4 by 6 area, and this pink cross is where the defense station will actually be. I think, at least, that should be right. So that will pop up here, so wherever you want to build it, you want to mine out the area, and this is the equivalent of floor height, so you'd want to dig 9 blocks down from floor height, so you should have 8 blocks here, and then whatever your floor is. So obviously I'm not going to be building this underground, just for ease in this tutorial, but I am giving that to show you guys how you would build it underground in your survival worlds. So the first thing we want to do is, if you come 3 blocks in and 3 blocks up from over here, then that block here is your input. I already had that marked out, as you saw, and we're just going to pop a lever onto there. Obviously if you want it to be activated in a different way, you can, but it'll have to be either hooked up to a T flip-flop or hooked up to a lever, because this is, you know, it runs like that. So if we grab all of the kind of important resources, we'll get started, and I'm basically going to do this in each circuit over there. I'm going to show you guys how to do each circuit separately, so there'll be 6 steps to this. So step 1 is the lower pistons extension. So first we're going to put a redstone torch on top of there, and we're going to come out 3 blocks on either side, and this third block is going to pop up 1, and then we're going to come in this way. So we get this kind of design here. These should both be redstone dust, and these should both be repeaters on 2 ticks. Then you'll put 2 redstone dust here, and that is actually these lower pistons done. So if we just plop these are kind of hard to put down. So what I'm going to do, the easiest way to put these down, guys, is to get a block here and to just pop them on either side of that block. Let's get rid of that piston down there. So yeah, if we do that, you can see those should all be extended. And then next we're going to be doing the second set of pistons on this. So if we just put those on top of there, we're going to come on the block above this this redstone torch, and that is basically where we're going to start the second section. So we're going to do the same shape again as we had on the kind of floor below, and we should have that, but this time we're going to put 2 repeaters this way and 2 repeaters this way, and these should be, the final one should be on 4 ticks and the first one should be on just 1 tick. But then I'm going to put redstone here, and that should extend the pistons. And as you can see, if we flick them off, they won't actually be pulled down by these second ones, which is why we need the pulse extender, which is the green circuit over there. So for the pulse extender, we're going to come back down to the input block. We're going to put a torch coming off the side of it and a block 2 blocks below that, like this, so that we can put redstone dust here and take an output. We're then going to put the L shape of blocks like this and another kind of L shape of blocks like that, and we're going to put a repeater on 2 ticks going into this block, and then into this block we're going to have the repeater on 4 ticks. We're then going to use 2 redstone torches to kind of come up here, so one on the side of this block, and one on there, and one in this. So these should attach themselves, well, this redstone torch should attach themselves to this these pieces of redstone dust. And as you can see now, when we flick the lever, these pistons will actually wait for this piston, well, pulse extender to end, and they will then pop down. Okay then, so next we have the top floor of pistons. So if you just put your normal pistons on top of this, then that'll be set up ready for that. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a redstone torch on here and a block on here, a block coming off the side of that, and then you're going to get your slabs, and you're going to put one here and one here, and then what you're going to do is you're going to tower up with your redstone and into a block here. Then on the side of this block you have a redstone torch, a block above that and a block to the side of it, and the redstone there is where you're going to take your output. You're obviously not going to let it come down to here. You're going to have a block here to block that off, and that's going to come up 1 block, which this is now the layer that we're going to have these the redstone to extend these pistons. So once again we're going to do this little design as we have done on each of the floors, but this time these blocks here are going to be slabs. Now that is to stop the pistons budding and activating before they should do. So on top of those slabs we want some redstone dust, 2 pieces of redstone dust here to kind of point in the right directions, and then you're going to put a repeater going into each of those blocks, each on 1 tick. So now the problem we have is that, as you can see, if we extend it, it's all like extending, but these pistons will not be grabbed by these stick pistons here, which is what the green circuit, no, the blue circuit over there is for. So what we're going to do is on this block above this torch, we're going to put our dropper. Hold on, let's grab the dropper and the compouter. Hopper on top of the dropper, and a block coming off the side of that with a comparator. Now that will power this redstone, but don't worry, the signal will not be strong enough to power this top layer of pistons, but it will be strong enough to power this redstone here and these bottom layer, well, second layer of pistons. So then what we're going to do is we're going to drop any block into here. I recommend being the building blocks, because you'll have a lot of those, and as you can see, this has retracted these these set of pistons here. So if we then pop this up, it all pops up as it did before, but now this time it will come down and it will fully be retracted. So then what we're going to do is we're going to do the last section, which is the double piston extender at the bottom. Okay, so for this double piston extender at the bottom, you should have 1 of each piston left, and what you're going to do is you're going to put 1 here, which is like against the floor where you dug down to, and 1 on top of that, and then obviously come out however you want to do that, and then break these 2 blocks here, and you're going to place a redstone dust here and a repeater here, and this repeater should be on 2 ticks. That will power this bottom piston, and to power this top piston, we take an output out of this block with a redstone torch, a block across, and redstone dust on that torch, and then obviously a block that's going into, and then we're going to put a redstone torch on the side of that. You'll have to place it, sorry, I didn't mean to break that block. You have to place the torch and then break the torch and then place it again to make sure that this these two pistons are still next to each other, and then a block on top of that redstone torch, and the whole system is actually now finished. So if we just fill in 3 to the top, as you can see, this sand is now in line with where I said the floor would be earlier, so it'll all be sunk, like flush with the floor, and then we can fill in these, and this one you just fill in all the way up to the floor level, and once you hit this lever you will get a little pop-up defense station, and once you turn the lever off again, it will all retract. So yeah, that's basically this whole system. I hope you guys enjoyed this invention and tutorial. I spent a lot of time working on this invention, and a couple of friends have helped me out, but I'm really pleased with the end product, and I hope you're pleased with it too. So yeah, basically, new videos every week now on my new computer, so it'll be beautiful and shiny and lagless, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next video, and goodbye.